All right, we have more people than expected today. Just give me a minute. Thank you for your patience. Sandeep, I have emailed the link to you.
Thanks. I'll put
All
it in
right.
there.
Okay. So those of you are already here don't need to worry about that. Thank you so much. Okay. Superb. Okay. In the meanwhile, let me share the emergency access link with all of you once again. Yeah. Yes. Superb. All right. So before I tell you what is Akashic Records, what is all this, let me just tell you my story first, okay? So when I was 19 years old, I was diagnosed with a disease, an ailment called ankylosing spondylitis. Now at that time, I was in an internship. So I was from a family where, so I was actually pretty clear about my life at that point because I had no idea what life had planned for me. So I was clear that I was going to have a great corporate career. I was going to get a stellar job and I was going to blow everything out of the water and have a great life. I could last only 3 days in the internship, not because of any talent related issues, but simply because my back was so bad, badly hurting, that I really could not sit there. So I went to the doctor. I told the doctor, hey, doc, I understand this is a disease, whatever it is. All this is fine. But please understand that see, I want to have a corporate career, so I will be in stressful environment. So just please tell me how I can manage my stress. This is exactly how I was talking very fast. So he told me, Shitij, the way you are thinking is upside down. You're putting the cart in front of the horse. It's not about how you can manage stress. It's about what kind of a life you will lead if you have such a stressful environment. And he told me that people with this disease, they don't have normal lives and it can be very painful if they don't manage them. And the more and more I learned about it, I went into a tailspin in a sort of depression. So at that point, if I had to get up from bed, I used to have to ask my grandmother to help me get up. Okay. And so when I used to go to college, people used to ask me the same question. Hey, are you hurt, Shitij? What's wrong? I used to be extremely embarrassed because I had the same sad face. Every time I would have to tell them, no, I'm not hurt. This is how I am. It was no surprise that my relationship suffered, that I became a loner, went away from people. I had no personality issues per se with people before that. After that, definitely my relationship started suffering. Not the close family relationships, but relationships with friends because it used to be really embarrassing. Like they used to say, it's not that they said something to me, but everyone is playing cricket, and if they can't invite me because they know I can't play because my back won't allow it. And financially, I was in a place where I had no idea where I was doing, what I was doing, what I was supposed to do. Now let's fast forward that by 15 years. Today, I am trained as a coach in a healing martial art. Okay. Just imagine that. Someone who could barely get up from bed, trained as a coach in a healing martial art. When it comes to relationships, I attracted a wonderful life partner. She's just like a daughter to my parents. And my clients, they speak to me. It's not unusual for me to hear things like, "Sir, my husband gifted me a sari. He has never done this in the last 5, 7 years. I don't know what you did, but within 1 week, some magic happened." She was surprised. I was not, because I know what changed in that 1 week. That's the effect of the work we did. You could call it magic, but it was not magic. It was transformation. And when it came to money, till 2019, I was still looking at my bank account and I was saying, like, okay, I'm feeling abundant, but my bank account is not agree. So in March 2024, I looked at the revenue that we clocked. It was 100 times the revenue we did in March 2019. Sorry, Feb 2019. Not 100%, 100 times. Soguna. And I want you to know why I'm telling you all this. The reason I'm telling you all this is not for you to understand, for you to know, or for you to acknowledge that I have done something. The reason I'm telling you is that every aspect of my life was screwed up. And if I can do it, you can do it too. Now, how many of you feel absolutely excited knowing that you can do it too? Type me in the chat box if you're really excited after hearing that. Marvelous. It's important to know. And I mean each and every one of you, not some of you. Each and every one of you can do it as long as you're committed to your vision, as long as you're committed to actual transformation. Okay. Ah, wonderful. So now let's go into what exactly are the, what exactly is this thing called Akashic healing about? Okay. Superb. So, yes, what is Akashic healing? Well, there are many ways to understand the records. There are many ways people connect to the Akashic records, etc., etc., etc. Some people believe it is a storehouse of information. It is like a library where there are scrolls. Some people believe something is written on leaves. Some people believe that it is an energy vortex. But essentially, go beyond the visualization or the presentation of the records. Let me put it very simply. Akashic healing is a way of bringing peace and well being to your health, wealth, and relationships through the guidance of the sacred Akashic field. Now, what is contained in the Akashic field? I could tell you that A hai, B hai, C hai, D hai. Everything is there. But let me put it this way. It's like the unified mind, unity consciousness, infinite intelligence, and any and all guidance that you need for your life. That's the simplest way to understand the Akashic records and Akashic healing. What are the Akashic records, or what is the Akashic field? It is the place of unity consciousness, divine intelligence, from where any guidance that you need for your life can flow. And what can that guidance do? Help you transform your health, wealth, relationships, career, or any specific problem that you're having in your life. As simple as that. Now, let's define it a bit more by debunking some myths and establishing what are the myths and the facts when it comes to Akashic healing. Okay. So I would like you to keep all that you have read outside right now, except when I ask you a question, then you can say what you know. But it will work best if you're willing to start to learn from scratch. Okay. Super. First and foremost, the Akashic records. So you have to type T if you think this is true. You have to type F if you think this is false. The Akashic records contain information about, okay, the Akashic records only contain information about the past. Type T if you think this is true. Type F if you think it's false. Okay, the answer is pretty simple. The Akashic records comprise of information about the past and possibilities of the future. Is everything a part of the Akashic records? No. Can someone guess what is not a part of the Akashic records? The present moment is not a part of the Akashic records, because the present moment is where you are 100% in charge. Okay. So it's not just about the past, it's past and future, but in the present moment, it's all you, and you can take charge. Next. Now, this is something people fear at times. Some don't. Some have no idea about it. Accessing the Akashic records is dangerous and can attract negative energies. Type T if you think it's true. Type F if you think it's false. Okay. So please understand, we are working with light. We are not working with darkness here. How would you feel if I asked you, do you think going to a temple is dangerous? Going to a church is dangerous, based on your religion, of course. I'm not asking you to go somewhere else. Would you feel that's dangerous? That's the same question here. It's a sacred field. If you know what you're doing, if you're working with the light, and that's what we're doing here, you're going to the safest possible place where you're going to connect with divinity. Okay. So, first and foremost, please rest any and all doubts you have about what we're doing. We are content, we are connecting to the energy of divinity. That's the only thing we are interested to do. Any darkness that comes up is your own darkness, not somebody else's darkness. And that darkness you have to bring light to. That's why it comes up. And that's how your life is going to improve. It's as simple as that. Okay. Your own darkness, obviously, you have to deal with. If you've done something, you have to solve it. And that's what we're here for. And you will be able to deal with it. Next, you can't, you can't, or you should not change your karma, even if you access the Akashic records. Type T if you think it's true, type F if you think it's false. So I haven't explained it much yet, but you'll understand as we do. If you're responsible, it's absolutely safe to use the information to create whatever future you want. You know why? What we are doing here is aligning with the path of your soul and healing those things where you made decisions where you went wrong. So the path of light that was already decided for you, you're coming back to that path. So it's absolutely safe to use this information to change your life, to create what you want. But let me show you where people go, where the misconceptions with this also come in. I'll just tell you that in a moment. So now, by rewriting your Akashic records, okay, this is not become release. By rewriting your Akashic records, you can release the past completely. Type T if you think this is true, type F if you think it is false. So this is where I want you to listen very, very carefully. Okay. Yeah. So rewriting the records doesn't mean you're changing the past that way. You're just rewriting the imprints. Okay. Someone was asking if someone might have a doubt, how can you go back to the past? Imprints of the past. You can change that. And what is going to happen in the future? But the question I asked was by rewriting the records, you can release the past completely. So let me ask you a question. You'll get your own answer. Suppose if you shoot someone in the head, okay? After 2 days, you rewrite your Akashic records. Can you release that past completely? That's the answer to your question. You're not taking any shortcuts here. This is for people who are on the path to deep transformation. You are willing to change from head to toe to get everything you desire in alignment with the highest good of everyone. That's what we are doing here. We are not getting rid of the past. We are not washing our hands of the past. At the level of the soul, you're becoming something different. That's why you're going to attract something different. We are not taking any shortcuts here, but we are taking the road of wisdom to what we desire instead of the long road where we keep breaking our head. That's what we're doing. Okay. Yeah. It can help us change our life. Otherwise, why would we do it? Yeah. Correct. So let me explain the flow of the masterclass. So today we are understanding Akashic healing. We'll experience a bit a process for healing also. Tomorrow we'll talk about unveiling karmic patterns. Excuse me. Day after tomorrow, Wednesday, 16th October, 9 p.m. is the most important session of the masterclass. It's an exclusive session. It's a live only session. There are limited seats for it. Today itself, there were people. Some of you could not attend. So Wednesday's 9 p.m. session is going to be a live only session. There'll be no YouTube live of it. There'll be no recordings of it. It's a free session, but limited seats. And those who have attended today, and those who attend tomorrow, and those who have been attentive and doing what I ask you to do are going to get priority in selection for the same. Okay. The same Zoom link is going to be there, but there'll be some information which will only be shared with those people who are attentive. And yes, you will have to register for Wednesday's 9 p.m. session separately. I will tell you how you can do that a bit later on. But before that, I'm just going to do one thing. I'm just going to share the link to the WhatsApp group with you. Some of the information will only be shared in the WhatsApp group. So if you have not joined the WhatsApp group, please do that immediately. I've shared the WhatsApp group link in the chat box. In fact, I'm sharing both the WhatsApp group link and the emergency access link. If you have not joined the WhatsApp group, please join it immediately. Okay, wonderful. All right. So let's go forward. So now, what is this thing called Akashic healing about? Okay, there is some information somewhere. You can access that field and you can do something with it. But what is the essence of this modality? Well, let me simplify it for you. It's three things: healing karmic patterns, which means healing the past, aligning with your soul path in the present moment, and it's about transforming your future. Okay? Sounds very simple when I put it that way, but the sequence is very important. Because if you create from an unhealed self, you create an unhealed reality, which is why we start from healing. Then we align, and then we talk about transformation. Okay? And when we are talking about healing, Here's what I mean. So when we talk about healing and when we talk about karma, there are 5 levels of karma. So the first is ancestral karma. Okay. So this is basically generational karma. It's about healing generational trauma and honoring your lineage. Okay. It's about doing justice to whatever ancestral duty you have. Okay. That's ancestral karma. The next level of karma is inner child karma, which is basically trauma that you have suffered at some point in this life, because of which your health, wealth, your relationships are suffering, because of which your consciousness is locked up. It's about reclaiming your true self. Then there is past life karma, which is karma which may not be related to your lineage, but it might be related to your past lives or your even your non-human lives, the imprints of which are still there in the current life. And there is soul level karma, which is about, okay, all this karmic story is basically the branches, but the trunk of the tree and the root is something else. So soul level karma is about, okay, all these patterns are there, but why the hell am I here? The answer to that is in your soul level karma. And what do I do with this life? I have no idea. That's what we're talking about. And finally, collective karma is when you become conscious of it, or when it gets thrust upon you, whichever way it happens. If you're born in a family, recently a very famous industrialist passed away. I don't want to take his name, but yeah, if you're born in a family like that, then it's thrust upon you. Then it's about the growth and healing of humanity. Okay, these are the 5 levels of karma. So you have to heal, you have to align, and then you can transform. So let's start with the very first. Okay. So now, what exactly is ancestral karma? Okay. So let me explain this. I want you to hear this very, 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 3 varies carefully. Okay. Ancestral karma is not the karma of your ancestors. Did you hear me? Ancestral karma is not the karma of your ancestors. It is the debt you owe to your lineage. Let that sink in. Ancestral karma is not the karma of your ancestors. It is the karma you owe your lineage. It is the debt you owe to your lineage, to those who came before you. Now, the first question you'll ask me is, why would I owe them anything? Well, the answer is simple. If you go to a shop and you buy a phone, who owes the shopkeeper money? Simple question, no? If you go to a shop and buy a phone, who owes the shopkeeper money? Now, a soul energetically chooses the womb it is going to be born into. And the price to pay for the ticket of the journey of life is healing ancestral karma. And that is the debt you owe to your lineage. Why? They've given you flesh, they've given you blood, they've given you birth. That's what you owe them. Now, immediately, a question will come here. But they've given me hardly anything. You would say, then that is because of your past life karma. You would ask me, what does that mean? Well, it's simple. Based on your past life karma, you have a certain level of soul power. Based on that soul power, you choose a lineage which is going to help you resolve the karma. And the moment you agree energetically to be born in a womb, and yes, every soul energetically chooses the womb, there is an ancestral debt that is created. And from that point onwards, it is no longer their karma, it is yours. It's a deal made. You give me life, I clean up your mess. From that point onwards, it's not their karma. Not their karma. Let this sink in. Now, there is one more fact that will come. If that is the case, why is it that my friends, my everyone around, my siblings, they have a very different life? Hell, my twin also has a different life. How do we have karma that is so different? Well, you're right. It should not be so different. But it is. And you know why? Because of two reasons. Either you are an ancestor in your own lineage. And back when you were an ancestor in the same lineage, आपने बहुत रायता फैलाया है. You badly screwed up the lineage. So what people don't understand about the earth school is you can do anything you want. You can get anything you want. But you have to pay the price for it. And you have to clean up your mess. There is no way out of it. Which is why when you come back, cleaning it up falls upon you. Or you were in no way related to this lineage earlier, but one of the ancestors of this lineage, you did a great harm to. That is when The ancestral karma, कांड किसी और का, stuff done by someone else, but it falls on your shoulders. Why does that happen? Because at some point it fell on their shoulders because of you. Now, how many of you are feeling that your mind is completely blown listening to what I've just shared with you? Type me in the chat box if this is completely bonkers. Ah. But let me tell you something that is going to make your life much simpler. You know how ancestral karma shows up in your life? Not in your ancestors. It will show up in your body as a health issue. It will show up in your bank account as a financial issue, or it will show up in your relationships as a special relationship issue which is unique to you. Which means when you're healing ancestral karma, you're just healing your health, wealth, and relationships. And in the process of doing that, ancestral karma is also getting healed. Because what did I tell you? It is not the karma of your ancestors. It is your karma. Either the price of the lineage, well and good. So for some people, it could be just take care of your parents in your old age. That could be the ancestral karma, ancestral debt. That's all. For some people, take care of parents in the old age. But the 2 lives ago, you acted like a dash dash. So you will take care of your parents, but they will not take care of you. Whatever it is. But the good news is, जो भी हो, whatever it is, it's possible to heal it. And you will be the biggest beneficiary of it, not anyone else. How many of you love that? Type me in the chat box if you love it. Okay. So even if you don't like hearing that you are the root cause of it, forget that point for now. Just remember you will be the biggest beneficiary if you do it and heal it. Okay. Because sometimes it's not about the root cause, it's about the root gain. Wonderful. All right. So we're going to experience a meditation now. Meditative process, rather. I won't call it a meditation. So I have some special instructions. If you're drunk right now, if you're under the influence of alcohol right now, this may not be the best time for you to do this. What we're going to do. If you're epileptic and you've been advised not to do a process like this, or you have a problem with lights, etc., then you have to be responsible for whether you can do meditative processes, etc., etc. That's upon you. Okay. If you're on psychiatric medication, then obviously I expect you to follow the advice of the psychiatrist, because I can't tell you whether. So basically, if you're on recreational drugs, then obviously probably it's not the best time to connect with your ancestors. So I just expect you. So it's nothing out of the ordinary. And yes, if you're driving, please don't do this process, because I don't want you to close your eyes while you're driving. Okay. And I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Okay. So basically, just be responsible, because you alone are responsible for your well being. Okay. There might be conditions that are unique to you. I may not be able to advise you on that. So go through it safely, slowly. All right. And deep breath, relax, understand that this is an absolutely safe space. Okay. Now give me a moment. I'm going to get you some music. We will start the process. So, like I told you, Akashic healing split into three things: healing patterns, aligning with your soul path, and transforming your future. In healing, the first thing that we look at is ancestral karma. Now, healing that also is is a process, but let's take the first step today. First of all, our understanding of all that right now about ancestry itself has changed in some last few minutes and ancestral karma. And believe me, healing before accessing anything to change anything is always a wise thing to do, which is why that's what we're going to start with. Okay. All right. Connecting with our ancestors to change whose life? Not theirs, ours. Okay. And also getting some guidance if they have any for us. All right. Sandeep, can you confirm if the volume of the music is appropriate? Do you want me to increase it, reduce it?
10% lower, maybe.
This is good.
Yeah, we are good.
All right. I want you all now to close your eyes, hands off the chat box. I'm not really going to be monitoring the feed. Eyes closed. Now imagine bright white roots growing from the bottom of your feet, going right to the center of Mother Earth. The core of Mother Earth. Anything that is not supportive of you is now leaving you. You are connecting deeply with source energy. Just breathe and relax. Totally, totally relaxed. And now bring to your heart space something you wish to manifest in your life. Maybe something you wish to heal and create anew. And now imagine the energy of the vision starting to come to life in front of your heart. And as you do this, you realize there is someone standing behind you. As you turn around to your left, it is the energy of your mother. Your mother is standing behind you. In case you do not know her or did not have the chance to see her ever, you can imagine a glowing energy in her space, which represents her blessings. And just beside her is your father. Now, as you look at them, invariably and certainly there are feelings that are going to come up. Acknowledge your feelings, but also realize that today is about something else. Today is about the gift of life. As you look into your mother's eyes, say to her, "Thank you, Mom, for carrying me, for nurturing me, for giving me life." And say to her anything else that you are grateful to her for. And now, as you look at your father, say to him, "Thank you, Dad, for all those things you have done. Which I have taken for granted." Our relationship with our parents, especially our biological parents, might be very different for each of us. But today we are appreciating and expressing gratitude for the purest aspect of this relationship, which represents the energy of God. And as you express gratitude, you see multiple ancestors behind each of them. Your mother's parents behind her, your father's parents behind him, and so on. Probably there are too many to count. Your ancestors across generations. And now say to your ancestors, "I exist because of you. Thank you for all those sacrifices you have made, which not only I take for granted, but will probably never even know about. Thank you for giving me flesh. Thank you for giving me blood. Thank you for giving me your blessings." Today, I drop my sense of entitlement, and I know that I've done things along the way, either now, in this life, or maybe earlier, And I today want to commence the journey of healing with your blessings. Today I ask of your blessings humbly, without any judgment, without any sense of entitlement. But with a sincere seeking and deep gratitude in my heart. And now, as you turn around, and look back at the image of what you want to manifest, you're pleasantly surprised because you find the support of your parents. They are now touching you, either with their hands or energetically, blessing you. And so are your ancestors. It is understandable if you feel some of them are not blessing you. It's probably something you have done, Deb, that's just not in your conscious awareness of this life. But that's okay. Who will they be angry with if not you? You're most upset with those you love. So it's okay if they are upset. Tell them, I know, I owe you. Thank you. Today is my first day. Please allow me the time and give me the blessings to make things right. And now feel these blessings imbuing what you wish to manifest with the energy of abundance. And now with these blessings which are beyond counting, you are definitely going to create the life you desire. Today is just the first step. We're going to go deeper and deeper. It's the first baby step. But if you are committed to this journey, then it will definitely happen. Now, with the blessings of your ancestors, a golden light from above falls upon you. This is the energy of the sacred Akashic field. We are going to connect slowly and gradually with it. But today, in your own way, just connect with your angels, guides and masters, even before we go into the field. And any guidance that you require for your spiritual journey going forward, is now going to flow to you as a golden light. If there is any guidance that is required at this point, it will flow to you now. And now, as you make this energy a part of yourself, you can slowly and gently, as you feel completely ready to create a new life, you can open your eyes, but do not move. Feel this healing with your eyes open now. Welcome back, everyone. How many of you absolutely loved this experience? Type me in the chat box. So today is just the first day. We're going to continue our journey tomorrow. And day after tomorrow is going to be the most important day of the masterclass. But like I told you, those who attended the first day, those who've been sincere, those who do the work that I tell you, I'll share some things to be done. The WhatsApp group, those who do all that, obviously, they are the ones who are going to get priority because there are limited seats for day after tomorrow's session. Same Zoom link for all 3 days, but there are limited seats for that. There'll be no YouTube live day after. There'll be no recordings of day after session. And you have to register for Wednesday's session separately. Okay. That will happen live tomorrow. I'll tell you the process for that tomorrow. So ensure you attend tomorrow. Stay from the end till the end. Stay from the beginning till the end of the masterclass, because honestly, I don't want people who have no idea what's going on to come on Wednesday. Okay. So in case you missed it, I'm also going to share the link to the WhatsApp group once again in the chat box. If you have not joined it, join the WhatsApp group immediately. And same Zoom link as today will work tomorrow. Make sure you attend from starting to end tomorrow so that you qualify for day after tomorrow's session, which is the most important session of the class. Okay. Thank you so much. You've been an amazing audience. Share with me how you felt on WhatsApp, not in the group. You can't share in the group. Share it with me personally on the support number which is shared in the group. It ends with 7293. Okay. I want to hear that because I want to know who is active. Okay. Superb. Thank you so much. Sandeep, is there anything else before we close?
We are good to close. Thank you,
All
everyone.
right. Thank you so much. You have been a wonderful audience. Bye. Someone is asking what is my phone number in the group. It is the number which is the admin, which is ending with 7293. As simple as that. All right. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow, 9 p.m. Same Zoom link. Join the WhatsApp group. Okay. And yeah, I'll share something to do in the group. Please do that. Okay. Because I want you all to actually benefit, not just come and go. Okay. All right.